Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Tarot Time with Cindy, and we're going to get right into it. It is a collective message. I've already pulled out a card to just kind of get the energy going here. This is a really interesting reading. I haven't done this one in a while. It's how you've changed. It's a very interesting way to be to looking at you all. But the card that came out in your pre-shuffle, we have the High Priestess of Air. All right. That's fascinating in itself because it's aligning with, I've mentioned it before on my channel, sometimes when I'm getting ready to do tarot, I have like a little playlist of songs that I listen to. It's a mixture of a number of different things. I have like, classical music in there, but I also have a smidgen of Cowboy Junkies, Tracy Chapman, and Jewel, all very poetic and deep kind of songs. And my dear talented lady Tracy came on, and she's saying that song, Tell It Like It Is. And it was the last song just as I was getting ready to kind of come on camera with you here, and I'm like, oh, when that happens, because it happens often, that's the song that'll come in. I'm going to be telling it like it is. So, just get ready. Now, as I say that, look at this underline. Just take a hot look at this. Where does it actually start? I don't know. It starts in meditation. It's almost like a playful meditation. Okay, this underline is a story in itself, and we have like a lot more cards and more interesting things to ask about you specifically that we're going to get to in this reading. But it starts with meditation and it moves into playfulness. I want to say this is almost experimental. So it could have something to do with sort of like an experimental spiritual energy of some sort. Whoa, that actually then takes us into the High Priestess of Fire. And then a risk. Oh, very interesting. This is really giving me the vibe here of someone who in some type of either like an obvious meditation practice, some type of spiritual practice, perhaps even ritual. Somebody connects to something very powerful here. There is risk in this connection. There is definitely risk in this connection. Oh, Ray. Woo. Letting go. What's all going on? It's okay. There's, yeah. It's almost like playfully expanding your intuition, your psychic abilities, and opening a door that is a little bit, not sure about that. Maybe I gotta let that one go. Now, there could also be something in here that I'm also picking up that is sort of like showing you that I need to let something out of my life here because you have sort of like a spiritual epiphany. So you have a spiritual epiphany and showing you that there's something here in your life that you need to let go of. I know where we go with this. Oh, then we go into cycles, and then this is where it gets interesting. The next four cards are the four that like I really saw when I was looking at this underline. So you have some sort of a spiritual experience here. I think it could go either way. There's many people coming to the reading, so there's going to be some people here where you did get a bit of an epiphany, and there is probably a measured risk involved with letting something go in your life, but you let it go. It was like, this is not in alignment with my highest self. I gotta let that go. I'm letting it go. Others of you, I think you tapped into something here that felt a little too risky, and you were letting that go. So then we get into cycles. It's right, like there's some type of a change here, and boy, let me tell you, there's a change, but there's something big coming in at this, or you were the big thing, something. Then we followed by trapped, forbidden, deceit, and chaos. Now, the chaos looks like it's coming for this. It's like there's a door here, and somebody's saying you're not allowed to go in, but that's a lie. So it's also interesting. Is that also connecting to tapping into something here beyond your own limited mind, right? Like tapping into something that is more like a cosmic truth, the truth of energies and the realm of spirit. And something's trying to stand in front. And I want to say you're almost like the storm that challenged this field, because she's looking at that chaos, and the chaos is to bring something down. And I want to say it feels divinely guided because it's moving towards this energy of something being trapped and forbidden. But that's a big fucking lie. It's like a big lie. There could be something trapped in here. Could even be your own intuition, like maybe you believed that something was too risky. I can't enter that. I can't go there. But this chaos, I feel like this chaos is challenging the lie about forbidden and being trapped. And it feels divinely guided. Okay. Now, High Priestess of Air is what came out, right? Like, to leading up into all of that underline. And that is, I want to say it's leaning into a whole other aspect of your intuition. Could have been something that drove you, like, through your passions and your desires with the High Priestess of Air. The High Priestess of Air. The High Priestess of Fire. And in this High Priestess of Air, it's almost like it's a clearer sense of looking at a situation. But air is also wind, right? And what causes, like, hurricanes and tornadoes? The wind. The High Priestess of Air is blowing away this deceit. And look at this, even her hair is being blown. But it almost looks like it's being sucked towards this, like it's sucking things in to the vortex of this chaos. It's creating chaos. It's creating change. It's dismantling what is there. And what is there is wrong. What's there is hiding some sort of spiritual truth. And you're going to, like, blow this through. And I really love that Tracy Chapman, Say It Like It Is, was what was kind of like leading us into this reading. So now, also interesting, I talked about I feel like this is divine forces that are causing this chaos, this tornado. What I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to go into the Archangel Oracle deck, and I'm going to look at you then and you now, and I'm going to ask what angel guides you had in the past and what angel guide you have now. And then we're going to go into the shadows of the Middle Ages, and we're going to ask the angel guide that you had then in the past, what challenge were they helping you with? The angel guidance that you have now, what challenge are they helping you with now? And then I'm also going to ask something else towards the end. So just hold on tight there. Okay. Angel guidance then. Whenever then was, could have been yesterday, last week, a couple years ago, a couple months. It's up spirit on that one. Okay, the angel guidance you had in the past. Creative writing. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or book. Writing comes out so much lately on my channel. It always finds a way. It doesn't seem to matter what deck I'm working with. It comes out. Okay, so some sort of words that you were trying to formulate, some sort of way of expressing yourself. It's already, the guide that you had here was Archangel Gabriel, and this angel was helping you to put down your thoughts. Maybe for some of you journaling, maybe for some of you actually writing a book. Maybe for some of you, like sending a message. Now, breathe. Archangel Raphael. So the angel that you have with you now is just like about breathing. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. So you're in the process of releasing old patterns. And maybe that's what this is. Like there's been a lot here. I want to say, like, there's a lot of very, very, very difficult energy in that underlying. So right now, it's important to just breathe. Just breathe. Yeah, it's good. Now let's see the challenge or challenges that these angels were helping you with. Were and are now. Boy, then creative writing with a boy. Isn't that interesting? Interesting. That's funny, like creative writing with a boy. It's almost like there's a few different ways to look at this. The most obvious is almost like helping somebody younger than you have like an ability here to be able to write down what it is that they want to say. You may have been trying to, some of you too, there could be someone here you're leaving. Well, you would have already done this. Left some sort of information for someone here. It could be an actual boy. Now, because this is younger, this is also giving me the energy that it was sort of the start of something that would grow into more. And it has a lot to do with how you express yourself, how you were understood by others. But it does lean very heavily here into actually like writing things down, typing things out. Now it's just about breathing. Breathing, grounding your energy. Maybe, I want to say for the most part, it's about like really finding yourself in a very, very solid foundation. Oh, okay. We're going to explore that a little bit more with tarot, but what is the lesson you haven't fully learned? And what is the lesson you have fully learned? Wow, I tried to get Clover future. So what you haven't fully learned is you have a lucky future. Your future has luck in it. A 4-leaf clover. That's interesting, no? It's kind of like finding something at the end of the rainbow. Okay, so there's something here in your future you've yet to experience, and it looks to me like it has something to do with a very lucky cycle. A very fortunate cycle. So that seems like actually a nice thing to not have fully learned. What have you fully learned? I love it. I feel like last week there was the 2 collective readings that I did were a little bit tied into each other. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to knock on that you should knock on that forbidden door. Don't knock on that forbidden door. And then you're like, the next reading was like, okay, I'm not doing the forbidden door anymore. So yesterday's reading, there was silence. Silence was your energy. This is what you've learned to do really well. Stay quiet and not say anything. Quiet, that's funny. Heart is at the bottom. It's interesting. What's at the bottom with your angels? Remember who you are. Wow, that's really beautiful. You're a lot of things. It's all in the upright. So just remember who you are. Remember who you are. And the heart space is really, really beautiful energy. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need more here with, oh, I want to use the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Okay, what kind of writing were you doing? What kind of writing were you getting help with? Or maybe helping someone else, if it's somebody younger than you. What kind of writing? What was this about? Writing down your thoughts. What were you writing? Your dreams. Interesting. So, okay, 2 of Wands. I feel like this could be something to do with manifestation. Like some type of manifestation practice, some type of affirmation. It could be even connected to like a vision board or something like that. But whatever you are writing, this is about your dreams. This is about your dreams and your hopes for the future. Even if it's just penning it in your mind, you know, like thinking about it, because it's not necessarily coming across as actually something that you physically do. Here, for some of you, yes, I'm not going to deny that. It's obviously here. But others of you, I want to say, is definitely just kind of thinking beyond where you are right now. Oh, which is interesting because you haven't, it's almost like you thought something. You thought something here through some type of angel guidance. Or an angel was paying particular attention to something that you were writing about or like really heavily thinking on in your mind about your future. 2 of Wands is all about like projecting the future. And you haven't fully learned about your exciting and fortunate future. You haven't fully learned that lesson, baby. Okay, the boy. For some of you, I do feel like that this leans heavily into yet to experience something. Maybe asking for a version of life, something to happen in your life that you haven't been able to experience yet. The boy. The Queen of Wands. That's curious. That is the challenge. The challenge is writing about your dreams. But the challenge is, it's almost like a mother and a child. Could be. It could be like your own responsibilities here. Could also be giving birth to yourself, like the whole process of maturation. It could have something to do with creative. Like this could be something that becomes quite creative. For some of you out there, I know I'm talking to a few of you because I do get that in the comments. Like a lot of you have been writing books. You've been journaling creatively, different things that you've been doing here. You could even be writing music or something. That's interesting, right? Could be writing music. Say it like it is. Tracy Chapman coming in there too. And it's funny because the three that I mentioned, like Cowboy Junkies, Tracy Chapman, and Jewel, are all sort of what I would call kind of like poetic musical artists, right? They're all sort of like, it's very, there's a lot of story in their songs. So developing this. Now let's look at Dominion, which is the Two of Wands here. Ah, the Eight of Cups. It's almost like walking away from it. Like I'm not. Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is something that it feels like you go back and forth on. It feels like one day you're like, I'm done with this. I can't do this. And then the next day, it's like, this is the only thing I'm going to do. I've got to do this. And whether it's a dream, whether it's like believing in it, maybe it's even like communicating to someone. But, right? And then the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this is not working. I need to do something different here. In the past, there was something you had difficulty articulating. There's a lot of difficulty articulating something here. And then just deciding to walk away. I'm just not going to. But then you get all fired up about it again. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles. Wealth. The Ace of Pentacles. Princess of Wands. Interesting. It's like the Page of Wands. Wow. There's something here where the challenge, is it turning your creative, like there's a creative element to you here, and even a part of you that dreams about your future. The challenge in the past, right? Like that's what we see. There was an angel guiding you in that. The challenge here, it's almost like taking something to its full maturity and its full potential, but not losing out on that sort of random, fresh thinking. Like it's a page, so it's giving me that boy energy again. That random, fresh thinking. To keep something fresh here for yourself. Especially, possibly, when it might have, like, okay, I'm getting a little bit of a vibe here. It could just be metaphorical for many of you, but there's some of you I think it's going to be actually the thing. Where it's like you may be a little bit of a seasoned writer in some way. You could, if it's not writing, maybe it's just like using your hands possibly. It could be painting or sculpting or playing music, doing tarot, doing something with your hands. And it's the creative element of that. And I want to say it's almost, you know, when somebody steps into a poker table or a poker game or a card game, a lot of times they'll win. They'll just start winning and it's kind of like beginner's luck. Or it's just because this person is not, I always say it's because they're not overthinking the game. They're not overthinking the game. So they've just stepped in it. They've been given instructions real quick what the rules are and how to play it. Okay. So they have no, like, I have no idea if I'm good at this. I have no idea if I'm bad at this. But it's almost like writing a bestseller in that energy. Like, I've never done this before, I'm just going to do it. But then the challenge becomes, wow, now I've seasoned, now there's maybe even some type of expectation here, and being able to move beyond, because it's almost like it could even be something that creates wealth, prosperity, abundance for you. But it comes back down to communication. It might even say like, okay, I can't put this in writing. Maybe I can say it. don't know. It's just like a struggle here with, yeah, okay, now it's just like breathe. Just breathe. Now it's just like, just breathe. Let me read you the bear card too, okay? So it really is about stability and consistency. Where's the bear? There's the bear. This is the challenge that this angel is helping you with, Archangel Raphael. The bear card represents strength, power, and authority. So, I mean, it could be a challenge around you of those things. Maybe there's authority or power around you, and there isn't much you can do about it. So all you can really do is breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. It symbolizes a dominant figure, or a situation where you need to assert your influence. It can also indicate protection and nurturing, like a motherly or fatherly presence. The bear card advises you to tap into your inner strength and take charge of your circumstances with confidence and determination. It reminds you to embrace your leadership qualities and stand your ground when necessary. Be resilient and strive for your goals. Don't be afraid to show yourself in a strong light. Interesting. Because I'm just like, so the Queen of Wands is a very strong energy too, right? And that could be part of the challenge. How do I assert myself this way? Maybe it is. It's using your words to feel assertive. Now it's just about breathing. It's just about breathing. Use your words to be assertive, because maybe you are dealing with maybe a boss or somebody who has some type of authority around you. So I want to say the angel is almost like, if you have already said something here about, or tried to express yourself in a way that feels difficult or awkward, it's honestly just like, see where it lands. It's almost like, see where this lands. Take a breath. See how things start to unfold. Breathe. Breathe. The Four of Cups. No, sorry, it's the Six. I'm like that. Oh, my hand was over one of the cups. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't match what the Roman numerals are saying. Okay, the Six of Cups. So it's honestly, it's like to breathe and relax. This card is called pleasure. So breathe in pleasure. Breathe in pleasure. It's called pleasure in this deck. Pleasure, happiness. I want to say it's almost like a breathing practice here that Spirit is stepping in here for you to do. Like, I would say when you're breathing in, breathe in pleasure, exhale strife. There you go. Breathe in pleasure, exhale strife. Breathe in pleasure, exhale strife. Okay. Because you have the bear here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that. Earthly powers. So it almost feels like earthly forces that are somehow maybe trying to control you, or you feel controlled by these earthly forces or powers. They don't budge. They won't move. What's also interesting is that this Four of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, as Roman numerals, they're mirrored numbers. I don't know if it's picking it up, right? But they're mirrored numbers here. So it's almost like mirroring something back. I don't know. I don't know what this is, but honestly, it does feel like you're here, you're not. You're there, you're not. You don't know what to do. But you don't, so you haven't fully learned the lesson of luck and clover. To me, it's luck. Clover and future. It also gives me the feeling here that, you know, luck is not necessarily, you can say that you can make your own luck, but this is kind of like the kind of luck where I guess you can make your own, but you may not necessarily receive it in this situation. Like, you can go sit in a field of clover and say, I'm going to find myself a four-leaf clover. I tell you, the only time I've ever found a four-leaf clover was when I was like, kind of like a young teenager, and I just looked down out of the hammock and there it was. It was like I wasn't trying. And anytime I've tried to go and find this clover, I'll sit in a big patch of clover and I will not find myself a four-leaf clover. It just feels like it's one of those things that sometimes the universe looks after it for you. So let's look at this clover. It's associated with your lesson not fully learned. It's Sometimes luck finds you. The Princess of Swords. What is she doing? She's looking. She's looking. The Princess of Swords is looking, observing, and learning. The future. Oh, the Star. Oh my gosh. Holy man. I don't know what this is, but this is great. This is so fortunate. You haven't learned that, yes, but what you do know is to be quiet. You've learned how to be quiet. Now, as I lean back into that, that is part of the breathing. The angel is helping you breathe, which to me is possibly not saying anything. Being closed off and not saying anything. It's odd how that links into yesterday's reading, like reading your energy, what your energy actually was. I wondered how long it would take you to hear me talking down here by myself. Cats with the back. Yeah. Lift up the back. So, you're being quiet. You've learned how to be quiet here. Why do you always lay on the cards or sit on the cards that I'm specifically looking at? Okay, quick Larry cuddle. You are loved? Are you loved? Yes, Larry is loved. That's all he needed to know. Larry is loved, and yes, I was wondering where you were. My gosh. We'll have to go looking for him soon. Where is Larry? I miss him so. Yes. Okay. But I gotta keep breathing. All right, there you go. Good boy. Thank you. All right. I'm going to pull a couple cards out for the princess, which is the Page of Swords here. Princess of Pentacles. This is all this youthful energy. And then the King of Wands. And then the Two of Swords. Okay. I don't know. There's something here about, it feels a little bit like being led towards luck. And it might feel like having a lucky break, luck falling in your lap. No, I'm reading these cards. No. Bye, love you. I'm not being sure of your luck. Will there be, it's almost too like peace in the future? Will there be peace in the future? I don't know if that's like a general question, like, well, most of us. Will there be peace in the future? A lesson not fully learned, like asking about this. It could be like, I feel like though, specifically in your life, some type of peace, because this Two of Swords is called peace. This is about action and inaction here. And I feel like you've been really like cycling through this energy. Oh, cycles. I wasn't sure how that was coming in. Like it didn't have a strong, the message for this card wasn't quite as strong as the other cards in this underlying. The Star. In the future. Maybe some of you can be famous. I mean, honestly, could be. The Star. Shit me. Victory. The Six of Wands. Great strength. The Nine of Wands. Loss of pleasure. The Five of Cups. The lesson not fully learned here. This sounds like, okay, it comes, victory comes at great cost, is how I would look at these cards. Victory comes at great cost. So what is this great cost? I'm not sure that I see it here on the table. I mean, I'm not going to pick up every aspect of your life, but there's a clover here. It also has this feeling of like a once in a lifetime thing. You know, like I say, I found one once and I've never been able to find one again. I know that there's some of you, I've talked about this before, and y'all can put in the comments. I find them all the time, Cindy. I find them all the time. You've fully learned how to keep your mouth shut. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything. You have learned that lesson. And I want to say it is almost too like God is helping you breathe that out. Breathe it in. No, don't say anything. The Ten of Cups. The Princess of Cups. And the Tower. Wow. Being quiet has a really dramatic effect here. No. This being quiet isn't good. This is what you've learned. That not voicing yourself is not... Because this is nice and it's all broken down. When we don't say things, when we possibly don't speak from our heart as well, being quiet has a tendency to... I want to say dismantle the good things in life. Dismantle the good things in life? Yeah. So you've learned that lesson. You've learned how important it is when, like, if you've hesitated to say something. Whoa. I just heard Fatal Hesitation. Isn't that I think that's a Krista Berg song, is it? Or maybe someone else has sung it. Fatal Hesitation. You've learned that lesson here. Yeah, it is coming up as Krista Berg. Because sometimes there'll be different artists that do it. The cafe is all deserted. The streets are wet again. There's nothing quite like an out-of-season holiday town in the rain. When the tourists go and the cold winds blow and my girl is on a plane home, I'm never going to love another the way that I have loved you. It's taken me a little time to discover it. Now I know it's true, but fatal hesitation made me miss the show. Oh, Romeo is standing in the rain, and I know that I have let her slip away. I mean, it could be him or I don't know. But there's something here about, like, when you hesitate, it, I don't know. I guess it's about timing. Oh, it's about timing? So you're going to learn about good timing. I'm going to tell you that. Like, if there's something here where it feels like I should have told this person how I felt at the time when I had the chance to tell them, or I don't know, something like that, because it's the Ten of Cups and the Princess of Cups. So yeah, what you haven't fully learned here is to be able to execute good timing. Execute good timing. When there's a good opportunity here, that it can actually, yeah. So I feel like that's in your future. So all you need to do right now is breathe. The Six of Cups. Breathe the Six of Cups. Slowly. Release the past, right? This is what it's talking about. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns, which is interesting because the Six of Cups does talk about, you know, people from our past, feelings and emotions from the past. It is to release these. Justice. The Eight of Wands. Oh, and love. Hey, I don't know I don't know what didn't work out for you here, but you're not going to relive your past. So if there's like that fatal hesitation energy, right? Yeah, no, I mean, because as you breathe, it's like each breath you are taking right now is balancing your karmic energies. It's balancing your karmic energies, and it's moving you. Like the Eight of Wands is called swiftness, and love, the lovers. Or no, it would be the Two of Cups. That would be the Two of Cups. Wow, towards something really mutual, beautiful. Could be friendship, could be romance. But yeah, just every time you exhale, just kind of think of things like that right now. Each exhale you make is removing old patterns and energies from you that will not be part of your future. So if you are feeling like there's, to some degree here, a lack of power that you have in being able to claim a future that you hope and dream for yourself one day, each time you exhale the past, and make that an intention even. I mean, you can't. You're going to have to think about other things throughout the day. We breathe a lot throughout the day. But when you have the opportunity and it comes to mind, just go, oh yeah, that is the past. It is this energy, like visualize these certain energies leaving you. And it's moving you swiftly. I want to say towards love. I mean, that's what the card is called. The Wheel of Fortune. Shortened force is the Eight of Swords followed by the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, that's giving me when hindsight is always 2020. Hindsight is always 2020, right? As then we see something play out, we're like, oh shit, I wish I'd known that, or I wish I didn't that. So this is very interesting reading. Yeah, I'm going to go do the extended. So this extended is a little different from ones that I've done before. I'm going to ask what you don't see about yourself. I'm going to break that into two categories here. I'm going to ask, what is a positive quality about yourself that you don't see or recognize? What is a negative quality about yourself that you don't see or recognize? Which, again, negative qualities about ourselves are fine. They're just ways to grow, because we can either decide, oh, yeah, you know what, I see that. I don't think I can do anything about it, so I just have to accept it, and that's how I'm going to be. Or, yeah, I guess, you know what, maybe I will work on that. That'll make things a little bit better for me. So I'm going to look at that, and then I'm going to ask what others completely miss or overlook about you. And that's that. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.